And there they go.
Welcome back to RacingNews.com. Your main dude, Jared Welch, here to talk about 2022 Preakness Stakes contender early voting. Now, you know, he's a new shooter in regards to, well, he wasn't in the Derby, but he also could have been in the Derby with his second place Wood Memorial finish, and of course his Withers win. He had plenty of points to get in, but they opted to point to this race, which we've seen Chad Brown do before with cloud computing. And it worked well, right? And so, you know, this has been the plan ever since, really, that Wood Memorial and that decision to bypass the Derby. Of course, having Zandon in that race, having this horse here. We'll see if it works out. Now, listen, you want to talk about pace. You want to talk about speed. This is the horse that's going to dictate things. And I don't know that he's going to get an easy lead, but he'll be on the lead, you know, no doubt. Early voting, you look back at his past performances, you know, on debut, basically was on the lead, and since then he's never not tried to be on the lead. And the Withers, you go back and watch the Withers. I mean, this horse opened up. I mean, let's not, you know, it is what it is, right? It was not a great race in terms of the quality of the field, but he did what he needed to do. I mean, this horse just opened up many lengths in the far turn and into the stretch. And this is kind of what he does. You know, you go back and watch the Withers, and he kind of opens up. He likes to pull away. And, you know, Jose Ortiz, obviously, very familiar with riding him as he's rode this horse the last 3 starts. There's only 3 starts, I should say. He opens up. He gets separation in that turn. So he gets separation, and then he kind of tries to hold on. You know, mile and eighth race early in the year, I should say, February. And, of course, back that up in another mile and eighth race in the Wood Memorial. So let's go back now and look at the Wood Memorial. Again, on the lead as they're turning for home. You know, and let's not forget, like, this horse was on a little bit of a layoff from February 5th to April 9th. So this is their one shot, right? And he gets in and he kind of does the same thing, Jose. He starts asking him and kind of separates from the field. And it really looks like they're going to have, you know, no one's going to be able to catch him. And he just gets a little weary-legged. You know, and he did that too in the Withers. Gets a little tired late, and it was a bang-up race. Don't get me wrong. And Mo Donegal definitely didn't embarrass himself in the Kentucky Derby. He ran well in the Kentucky Derby. A poor trip, maybe that he would have ran a little bit better, but still, it wasn't disappointing. So you could argue the Wood Memorial was a great race, and, you know, I just wonder how far he wants to go. And that is, of course, beat Mo Donegal. He'll want to go forever. I'm talking about early voting. He looks like he gets a little tired. You know, in both races, very easy leads. Not a lot of testing early in that race, and he still couldn't quite handle there in the Wood Memorial. Now, he's going to have a little bit of company here. Armagnac out of the Actine barn, Irad. So there's something. Irad Ortiz aboard. Obviously, Epicenter. He shows early speed. He'll be very close to the pace, and maybe he won't be on it, but he'll still dictate things a little bit from kind of an outside position. And then Happy Jack getting blinkers on. I don't expect him to be on the lead, but obviously Doug O'Neill wants something new with him in terms of trying to get him some early speed in the race. And, you know, T-Gaff aboard, new jockey aboard, and maybe we'll see some different tactics there as well. But I do think that early voting, turning for home, in that stretch, turning for home, will be in the lead. If he's not, something's gone wrong. Now, can he hold it? That's going to be the question. The other question is Armagnac gets Irad Ortiz aboard. Jose Ortiz rides early voting. How's that going to play out? You know, is he really going to push his brother? Is Irad really going to push early voting that far or that hard? I don't know. I just, the 7-2 price, and I'm not quite sure I can trust him getting the entire distance, especially with Epicenter looming, especially with, I mean, there's some decent horses in here. If you like simplification, there's another video of him coming up soon that I did as well. Go check that out on our YouTube page. Creative Minister is an interesting newcomer in terms of kind of a late pace, late closing kick. That might be their Skippy Longstocking. The horse is going to be coming late. Possibly he was in the Wood Memorial. And then, of course, like I said, Epicenter. Can he hold off? Is it going to be one of those things where early voting seems like he can hold off? simplification, but Epicenter's coming, or whatever the case may be. I just don't know that he's quite good enough to go gate to wire. But I think he's going to get a piece. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. He'll be right there and have every chance to win this thing. So if you like him, I mean, what more do you want? I mean, you're going to get the horse in the Preakness Stakes in the lead when they turn for home. And then you just say, well, if he's good enough, if he's what horse I think he is, then, I'll cash. I think you got to demand a price. I don't know if I'd want much lower than 7-2. I certainly don't. Maybe you do, but let us know let me know your thoughts. Do you think this horse can go gate to wire? Are you fading him? Do you think he's just a pace presence and that's it? How are you playing this race with early voting? Leave your comments below. And make sure you go check out all of our YouTube page, or all our YouTube videos with all the contenders. We're doing analysis of every single contender of the 2022 Preakness Stakes. But before you leave, hit that like button, subscribe, get alerted when we do all our videos and live feeds. We have all kinds of content for the Preakness over at racingdudes.com as well. Until next time, see you guys.